I think that there are two ways to look at the PTPTN problem. First, short-term measures, and the next is longer-term measures. For the short-term measures, I agree with Cameron that we need to follow the UK, we need to follow Australia by having a threshold for the repayment of PTPTN. I would argue it's at a higher rate, perhaps 4,000 ringgit per month. Then only you start paying for PTPTN. I also would argue that we should remove PTPTN defaulters from the secret blacklist altogether. And in a different view to Kian, I think that there should be no interest rate at all for PTPTN to make repayments more attractive. But the longer term solution, we have to think radically. We have to think outside the box. And that is where I believe that free higher education is still the solution moving forward. It is a reality in Finland, in Sweden, in Norway, in Germany, Scotland, and now Chile has introduced free higher education. And it's interesting to note Chile, because Chile, if Malaysia is at 55%, Chile previously the rate of tuition fees compared to wages was at 73%, was at a very high rate. So there was a huge pressure for the government to do some reforms, and they decided to introduce free higher education. In 2013, the estimated cost for free higher education was at 5 billion ringgit. And that is for tuition fees, and for the poorer students, we can cover the accommodation and also living stipend. And another thing that we have to look at seriously is we should spend less on sending our students abroad. Because now we spend hundreds of millions of ringgit in terms of scholarships for sending our students abroad using JPA and MARA scholarships. That should be abolished by investing more in local institutions. And look at how Germany achieved free higher education. What they did was they strengthened dual education system, meaning that they made more opportunities for those who want to pursue technical or vocational education. So that relieves the pressure on those who want to go to university. Because in Malaysia now, everyone thinks, it's like Air Asia, everyone wants to go to university. I don't think that is sustainable in the longer term future, and it's not healthy for the country as well. Because as Kian Ming reported just now, we have underemployment, we have unemployment among graduates in the country. So we need to look at what's the real amount of university graduates that we need in the country. And that's why, as I mentioned at the beginning, it's all linked to the privatization of higher education. Because of PTPTN, it has allowed many private institutions. I'm not talking about the better ones like Taylor's, Sunway, MMU or UTP, but I'm talking about those in the shop lots, the smaller colleges that exist in the country today, and they would not have existed without PTPTN, because PTPTN gives them a guarantee in terms of money coming in, and that is the government's job to then get the money back from the students in the future. So it's a very problematic system that we have today. So that is why, as Kevin mentioned, we believe that more public universities needs to be built today in order to relieve the demand on private institutions. And at the same time, we need to also make new institutions for vocational and technical education. So this will leave only the best IPTAs to remain in the country. Only by going back to a system where the government is the main provider of higher education can we see a sustainable future for higher education in the country. Thank you.